Okay, welcome to another issue of Nourie's Niche, where we're learning basic BMX flatland skills. No, not that one. I had something else in mind today. But the idea is I'm offering some simple, old school flatland tricks that you can learn in a short amount of time to build your trick list up quickly and hopefully keep you motivated to do flatland, as flatland has become really insane and the level of difficulty uh, can be a bit intimidating, I must say. But there's always the element of just having fun and doing tricks on your bike, and these are just some old school tricks from the 80s that I think can get someone started, either new to the sport or maybe someone that's getting back into it, that wants to brush up on their skills and learn some tricks to either maybe do shows or possibly compete again. Either way, I'm doing it so that there's some options and choices out there for flatland and learning them in a simple, easy way. And then you can add to it as you advance. So today's trick is a finger flip. And I was inspired by this trick back in the 80s by Diz Hicks. He was like the king of, he just had so many, he was an all-around rider, ramp rider, killer on the wedge ramp, and he did amazing flatland tricks, a lot of variations that were really unique in his style, and upside down was part of his trick rapport. And I took on a couple of the ideas and kind of incorporated into my own, which is something I like um, to note about freestyle and flatland specifically for me, is that I love the fact that you can see someone doing their art, doing their style, doing these amazing tricks, and then watch it and learn a trick or a variation of that trick and build on it and create your own. There's definitely that that's happening, and I just appreciate that about the sport, that it's always an ongoing and we kind of feed off of each other. So I'm going to do the trick a couple times so that you can see it, and then I'll break it down to different steps that will help you to work on it. One thing I must say with this particular trick, you will want to have a lock lever, which I don't know how many of the riders out there will have that, but this is I'm running the Dicomp Tech 77 with the lock lever. There are other lock levers out there, but this is the one that I've been running for years, and it works really easy, where you pull the brake, you push the button, you release the brake, and then it's on, and then you pull the lever again to release the brake. And there's other videos I will do that incorporate upside down tricks without the use of a lock lever. So if you don't have a lock lever, there'll be more to come that you can work on an upside down trick. But today I just thought this is a really basic way of doing a finger flip. But if you don't have a lock lever, it's going to be very, very challenging. So, and they're available. If you need to order one, you can find them at the various different shops online. Okay, so here we go. I'll do it a couple times and then you can see it, and then we'll break it down. So I always set my pedal. So the first thing is I set the left pedal forward, right back, and then I step onto the back pegs and I do a little can-can, and then I lock the lever and I switch my foot over to the frame. Then I put my left foot on the crank and I put my right on the back peg, and what I'm doing now is I'm flipping it upside down by lifting it up and going like that. Pull it out like so. Okay, so I'm going to try different angles so you can see different approaches. So first thing I do is set my pedal, right pedal back on the back peg. I can, lay it down. So I lock it and lay it down all in one motion. Then I step on the back peg, finger flip it up, hop to the bars, and then to set up to get out, I just lean back, grab the bars, unlock the brake. So that's pretty much it. That's the finger flip. And there's many variations that you can do in and out of that, like doing into ant rider, unlock the lever and do like a backwards upside down wheelie, and then come out without having the lock on. So there's, I don't know, there's a lot of fun things that can come out of this, but I try to break it down so that you can get the steps down. So as I mentioned, always set the pedal. And the reason that is so when I ride out, it's right there. When I come out of the trick, I can just step on the pedal. So once the pedal's set, I just for a second have both feet on the back pegs. Then all in one motion, I do a can-can, I lock the lever, and I flip it down. So it's pretty quick, but also I've been doing this like over and over and over and over for many years. So it's just like muscle memory. It's just stuck in my brain. I don't really spend a lot of time thinking about it or breaking it down until I started doing these videos, honestly, because then I would really have to concentrate. What am I actually doing here? So again, I'll do this kind of in slow motion. I'm going to do like a can-can, rolling relatively slow, stop, I grab the brake, lock it, and then I let go of my left hand, flip the bars around, and drop it down like that. So that would be the first step. So maybe just practicing that, just practicing how you can drop the bike down before you go into flipping it up. So you're going to go, so you're going to lock it. And then, so actually that's one thing I want to say, is I come to a stop. And a lot of times I'm pausing for just a second there. So I'm just balancing as I lock the lever and flick it. Sometimes it's quicker than others, but it's just essential that you do have that in mind, that you might just come to a stop and balance and then flick it. So like that's one variation. And it just depends on, I guess, how well balanced I am right when I come to a stop. So other times I might come and just do it all in one motion. Let's see if I can do that consciously. Yeah, so that wasn't as much of a delay. I just kind of stopped, locked the lever, flipped the bars, and dropped the bike. Okay, so if you do that over and over and over and over 100 million times, and then you're feeling really comfortable and you're able to just stop, lock, drop, then just switch your feet so your right foot's on the back peg. And this is the tricky part. It might be a little hard to pull that frame up, right? So this foot doesn't really have to be there, but I don't find it super easy to do it without. I keep the foot there until the bike comes up maybe halfway. Does that make sense? So let me show that again. So this, I don't think I ever do it like this. I'm sure I don't ever do it like that with this foot off completely. This arm is off, obviously. This leg comes off. Once I'm about halfway up, I take that leg off, and then I flick the bar and I grab this peg, and then I grab that peg. Okay, did you see that? So you're like so, and you're gonna go up. I'm not quite sure. You're gonna have to watch it in slow motion or something. I think I let go. It's almost like all in one motion. I think I go like almost fling it. But then the next stable point is going to be from here. The next stable point is going to be, oops, not there, is going to be from here. It's going to be both hands on the peg. And then that foot comes to the other peg here. And then you're just upside down. So sometimes I'm like, I just try to get the bars down. Sometimes I go and I've just got one bar down, one bar in down. I'm kind of balancing there or balancing there. But if you're obviously just balancing on the seat, it's going to be the most unstable. If you're balancing on the seat and the tire, you can go to the handlebar to save it. But the most stable is obviously to try to land and both the seat and both ends of the bars are down. And now note where the pedal is, and I'm just going to walk you through this. I'm going to lean back, boom. My brake is slipping a little bit. My lock lever is not working as ideal, but it's going to come up like that. I'm going to throw and grab both bars at the same time. So all in one motion, I'm going to go boom, boom, untwist, unlock the lever is key. You don't want to try to ride out with the brake on, then drop, boom, and ride out. So I think break it down to 3 steps. First, just learn to flick it down, boom. Then switch your feet, work on flipping it upside down. And note those few things that I talked about, how to save it based on if the one end of the bar is touching and not both ends. You can still keep your balance, and then push it down to both bar ends are down. And then the third step is riding out, where you're just going to think about basically unwinding and just go right to the bars, unlock the brake, and ride out. So yeah, that's an exciting trick. I'd love to see some people learn that, just because, I don't know, it's a fun trick. Not a lot of people do it anymore, and it'd be fun to see people incorporate it into their tricks and then come up with some new variations out of that. That's always exciting and would be cool to see. So that's going to be it for today. I really appreciate all the feedback and the comments and the suggestions. I have been receiving them. I've been making notes. I will be addressing the requests as best I can. Some of them are a little more challenging, where I'm going to have to practice and bringing some of these tricks back more consistently. I'm trying to just record these like one and done, so I can just get them done and get them out there for you, and not have to spend a lot of time editing them and trying to get everything just perfect. I just want to do just the raw how-to. Here you go. Let's get it done, and hopefully they're helping. Thanks for tuning in. Please have a good day, and we'll see you next time.